you cook it?
No.
Did you have anything to do with this?
Yeah. I paid for it.
Well, sucking dick? Is that like what you're still doing?
God, you can't say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't want any...
I'm an adult. I can do what I want.
It's disgusting.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I want no part of it. And if you had any...
You don't have to have a part in it.
There's a reason your mother isn't even here. And you're lucky that I even showed up tonight.
Oh my God. You had to ruin everything.
Yes, I was a straight bottom most of my career while working with studios.
You're gay!
From my experience, there is not many straight bottoms in the industry. Most straight males prefer to top. As for me, it was just easier to be a bottom. I don't expect a lot of people to understand this, however, for me, it's just a business perspective. And I just did this for work.
Whether or not you agree with what this girl has done, the way that y'all are treating her right now is disgusting. Did we all just forget that August Ames unalived herself after being viciously cyberbullied?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
I don't agree with what she tweeted, but people were so mean to her online about her job that she literally took her own life. Here's a quote from an adult star when discussing why so many people in the industry have taken their own lives. Worst part of the job is the way that people treat me because of what I do for a living. Here's another one. The way society looks at us and treats us makes us more depressed. It is hard to feel like we don't belong or that we are second-class citizens.
I think it's sad that someone unalived themselves, but I don't think we should stop shaming anyone from getting in the corn industry, man or woman, because you can't act like this stuff is normal and this stuff is not just a part of a degrading and degenerate society. Like, the moment we stop shaming this stuff is going to become even more widespread than it is now. And y'all can't act like these women don't hear the daggone speech like, oh, don't do it, you shouldn't do it, blah, blah, don't get into it. You can't act like they don't hear about the stories about family members disowning them, they're not being able to find jobs afterwards, the shame, humiliation that comes with it, and yet they still get into it. Y'all want to try to take all the accountability off of them and then say, oh, we shouldn't judge them. I'm like, no, we should judge them so we could keep at least one woman from following that footstep, getting in the corn industry and unaliving themselves, because this stuff is like not normal for a society to be doing. I'm just saying this is part of a degenerate and degrading society. But let's continue.
You said women lose value. So your mom, how much is your mom worth, Heidi?
Came up to the girl in high school. She was like, no, I don't want you. And then once she became a baby mama, he was a CEO, executive, and all that. And she's like, hey, you remember me? He said, no, I don't want you. I be feeling like, respectfully, y'all is the grown-up versions of the niggas got hurt in high school while we was out fucking the drug dealers. Let me tell you something. We were victims then making horrible decisions with grown-ass on us. Y'all gotta let that shit go.
What about the girls who had the older guys picking them up in high school?
What pisses me off is the discourse around how women only go for the top 15% of men. Like, am I supposed to be going for the fat loser who doesn't have a job and lives at home? Am I supposed to be attracted to that? Obviously, I'm going to be attracted to the guy who's ambitious, the guy who's manly, the guy who takes care of himself and his health and works out, the guy who's tall, the guy who's going to give my kids good genetics. Why on earth would I be attracted to the fat loser? Or any loser for that matter. Even an average guy, like, why, if I could pick the best of the best, why would I be attracted to the mid-tier? Like, hello. Especially if I'm a top quality girl.
I dated, when I was 24, I dated a 37-year-old. And on paper, that doesn't sound like so crazy, but like, I was fresh out of college, like, he would always say during our arguments, you're acting really immature.
Like, yeah, no shit, I'm a baby. I literally just came out of the womb.
My full frontal cortex has not formed yet.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want from me? Why did you date me? And I think about that now. I'm like, I'm 30, so he's like 43 now. Like, it just, when you start getting closer to the age he was, I'm like, I wouldn't date a 24-year-old now. I'm 30. I'm closer to that age.
It's just like clearly he was the immature one.
Yeah.
Everyone likes to crap on the male podcasts and the male content creators. Like, these females don't have mic and say ridiculous things too. Like, come on now. Your value as a person and as a family member is not the same as your value on the dating market. And why would a dude that worked his way to the top to become better himself settle for you? Like, come on now. Because after you done got ran through by the drug dealer and the dude that was picking you up when he was older than you in high school. Like, come on. We both knew that was wrong. In high school, I saw them girls with the older boyfriends, and I'm like, we both know that's wrong, but I don't care. They're gonna do what they do. And like, come on now, anything to take away accountability from themselves. Like, you're 24, you're dealing with someone in the 30s. That's not that weird, and that's not that strange. Stop trying to take accountability away from yourself. There's 18-year-olds that go die in war. There's 18-year-olds that are in charge of $1 million of military equipment. Like, the lengths that women take to dodge accountability, I'm like, it need to be studied. Why that girl trying to act as she's not average just like me? Like, come on now. And I agree with some of the stuff she say. A lot of y'all loser dudes think y'all deserve a woman. Like, no, you don't deserve nothing. If you're not out there trying to get one, out there trying to put in the effort to better yourself, you don't deserve nothing. Like, come on. If y'all think there is someone out there for everyone, there is not. So you better get out there and grind.
You ever notice how dope ass women have the worst baby daddies? And then you meet men that have the most beautiful spirit, but they have a baby by the worst bitch in the world.
Perfectly balanced, this whole thing should be.
We don't got that many options.
What about-
There's a lot of guys out there just like you guys that don't want to be with us because we are mothers.
Oh.
We are mothers, and we are single mothers.
That wasn't a high
And-
five.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can we please put a time limit on bodies? I feel like a man that hit 10 years ago shouldn't be able to still claim that he hit me. And 10 year ago me, we not the same person. We're not the same person. She's been gone a long fucking time. You didn't hit this. You didn't hit this. The bar was in hell back then. There should be an expiration date, no?
Uptown, downtown, hot fucking everywhere. Uptown, downtown, uptown, downtown, uptown, downtown, hot fucking everywhere. Uptown, downtown, uptown, downtown, uptown, downtown.
Somebody need to check up on that child, because that can't be good for a kid's development, watching his mom beg for attention on the internet like that. And how much did she go through where she gotta say, oh, I need a mulligan on body counts? Like, come on now. Like, we live in a society that don't take sex seriously until you have a whole bunch of kids and people don't want to date you and be serious with you in a relationship, or you have some type of trauma that comes along with it that you're trying to run away from. Maybe we should probably go back to waiting until marriage to have sex, or at least waiting until marriage to have babies, or at least be like in a committed relationship with someone that actually loves you and actually likes you, and not having sex with people that don't really care for you, but it's pleasurable to use your body for a time to time. This is why our society is criminal, but no one want to pay attention to that. But who am I? I'm just some dude complaining on the internet.
If you look at the stats on who's happiest, the happiest people are single women and married men. They're the two happiest groups of people always.
Single women
and married men
are the happiest.
But the happiest groups of people, like not married women. Married women end up doing all the jobs, and married women aren't happier than single women. Single women are happier than married women. And married men are really happy because they get everything done for them, basically.
Of course women are happier. Like, come on now. Women are prescribed more pharmaceuticals than men, especially the mood regulating ones. Like, you cannot be high and sad at the same time. Like, get out of here with that. But like, for real though, how do you measure happiness? Like, what gauge metric, or what do you use to measure happiness? I'm pretty sure it's either a questionnaire, or they just did a survey, or a feminist wrote an article and now these women are running with it, because there don't seem no scientific way to measure happiness. I'm just saying. I'm not a scientist, but show me a scientific way to measure happiness. Like, come on now.
What I find really fucking comical, me and all my liberal friends want to be traditional housewives. Well, not all of us, but most of us. But the problem is we don't like Republican men because they don't have the same sense of justice and morality that we do, because we care for every human being. And the liberal men don't believe in exploiting themselves for labor, so like we have to have an equal household, because the only ones that bust their ass and make enough money to support a stay-at-home mom, wife, whatever, are the Republican men, because they will exploit the shit out of themselves for money. Then they're miserable and burn out and take it out on everyone around them and refuse to take meds. So it's like, I'd rather be alone.
We won't go back ever. What are we not going back to? We're not going back to the past. where women had no rights. Ever, ever, ever.
Liberal women act like they're so impressed just because they can't delete unborn humans. And then to protest, they're sterilizing themselves. Like, that's a win-win for us. I'm just saying as a conservative. And then what's even funnier is the sex strikes. I'm like, first of all, if y'all go on sex strikes, that's gonna be nothing because there's still a lot of women that are conservative. There's a lot of women that vote for Trump, and there's a lot of women that are just gonna crumble because they're horny as men. I'm just saying. So y'all could keep saying y'all gonna do this sex strike, y'all gonna shave y'all. This ain't gonna last that long. Like, it's like been 2 months, and y'all stop talking about this already, and y'all probably go back to being ran through. I'm just saying. Like, these liberals people are hilarious to me, and I'm happy that they're not having kids to pass down their ideas to, and people are going to homeschool their kids so they can't be influenced in the schools by these liberal people. So that's all I got for y'all now. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me what I could get better on. And for now, hey yo, I'm out.
And we're out of here like a screaming herd of turtles.